Hello everybody, this is take two. I'm not sure what happened. It could be because I probably really need to plug in my phone. So let's try that. Hopefully we will not lose it again. So anyways, sometimes technology is just a little bit of a bear. I think I'm there. Okay. All right. Hi. All right, let's try this again. Hi, I'm Michelle with Michelle's Whimsy and Bling. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry for the technical difficulties we had before. I want to go ahead and show you my bloopers and show you how I'm going to go ahead and turn them into some holiday cards. Okay, so I have done some prep work where I have figured out what color card base and matte and all that would work with this particular pile. So I've done that, I've cut it up, I have it all kind of set, but I just want to show you that I really could have thrown these out, and some of them I did, I'll be honest, but for the most part I'm like, I can figure out how to make these work. So this is actually on our shimmer paper, which can be used for watercoloring. And I had taken a blending brush and I had spritzed some water on there and stamped a snowflake. And I'm not really sure what I attempted to do on this side of it. I'm thinking this was towards the end and I was a little on the frustrated side. This is nothing that even resembles the card that I wanted to make. Again, here is very similar. You can see more of the water droplets on this, and I was trying to make the background colors be a little bit better, have a little bit more movement to it. I did not use the back on there. And then here, I'm not really sure what in the world, what color red I decided to use on this. Maybe it was Poppy Parade, I'm not sure. But I used a lighter color blue. I think it was the Misty Moonlight. And I really thought that, oh, I might be able to duplicate this into, you know, like 10 cards for our swap. By the way, I forgot to mention it this time around. The whole premise for this was, this particular card was a Christmas in July swap with our team. And I needed to make 10 cards. So I was trying to do that and I was struggling. Definitely. So I thought this would work. In the end, it didn't. And this one is also very similar, but you can see where there is more water droplets on there. I actually did like that effect a lot. And, oh, let me point out, this was the particular stamp that I was trying to use for the card that I wanted to make. It comes out of the Season of Chic, which has all 4 seasons of stamps in it. Needless to say, the premise was do a green and then a red and then a darker green, and you do 3 of them and it looks really nice. Yeah, we're not going to say this looks nice at all and we're not going to use it. So, you know, we just are going to use the side that we want. Now, if you might notice, what is going on with these grains? I don't know. I can't even tell you what color green that was at all. But this is actually on our Fluid 100, which is a true watercolor paper. And I tried. You might be able to see the water droplets there. I don't know what I was striving for on this one. Again, I think I might have been a little on the frustrated side. And then here I thought, well, let me go back to the original idea that I had, which was take a darker blue kind of cardstock and emboss it and, you know, with snowflakes and, you know, all that, because it would still fit the whole Christmas in July theme. That one's not bad. I went ahead and I used the blender sponge the blender brush to put on Misty Moonlight ink, and then I stamped it. So that's not too awful bad. And here is the same thing. I just ended up embossing in white embossing powder. So, you know, kind of looks more like snowflakes. Y'all, how many things could I attempt to do with one piece of paper and still not really like it in the end? So this one is the shimmer white paper, and I put some blended ink on there, then I stamped it, then I spritzed it with water. Yeah. But we're gonna make it into a card, trust me. And this is very similar to ones that I've already shown you. And then this one is actually kind of cool. Oh, here's the, no, I'm not gonna use this side, but this side is actually kind of cool. Again, this is the shimmer white paper, and I had done the ink on a diagonal with the sponging of it with the blender brush, and then I stamped the snowflakes. Looks like probably night and navy, and then I put a lot of huge water droplets on there. I kind of like the effect. I was not going to make 10 of them like that. And then these next three are all very similar. This was just a lighter color blue with lots of water droplets on there and white embossing powder. And this was just misty moonlight in the background, white embossing powder, nothing on there. And then this one is the same. Now, here are two that are absolutely not being used tonight at all. I'm not really sure what I was striving for here. I think, again, I was frustrated. I was pretty frustrated on this side. I did not know what in the world I was doing. And this also is just on our regular basic white cardstock. So, yeah. Now, this one, I'm not going to use it tonight. It's actually, would you like the snowflakes on this side, or would you like the red and green on this side? I don't really like how the snowflakes turned out. If I had not stamped the snowflakes, I probably would have used this side and done something with it. This is the Fluid 100 watercolor paper, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. So I know I can do something. I'm just not sure what I want to do. Okay, so that is all of my bloopers, and we're going to go ahead and probably spend about 5-10 minutes putting our cards together. But I want to show you the card that I ended up making after I went through all that. And all of this took me hours because I could not get it right. And sometimes that happens. So here's the card. Here's the Christmas in July swap card for our team that I made. It is very basic, very simple. We have the real red cardstock. We used one of the basic embossing folders on it. We used our shaded spruce little 6x6 designer series paper. I think that's about 1 inch right there. We did our stylish shapes for the green mat there. We did our circle punch at 2 3/8. We added a couple rhinestones, and it's done. Christmas cards don't have to be elaborate. They can be very simple, and people will still be happy. So we went from here to here. So now let's go ahead and get these together. It should not take terribly long. I should have brought in another thing of glue, and I forgot. So we are quickly going to go ahead and put in just some adhesive in here. I forgot. I don't even know where my other one is. This is just one laying around. Y'all, I had to, like, if you could see my desk right now outside of the camera view, I just had to, like, push all the clutter away so that I could work on these and show you the cards. All right, so this one, this is how we're gonna do it. This one we're gonna go ahead and layer here, and we're gonna put it on there. Pretty easy, right? Now with this paper being having gotten wet, not totally sure how how flat it's gonna lay on the cardstock, and that I really should have gone ahead and had my liquid glue out here, but I forgot about it. I was trying really hard to get these done. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go ahead and make them, and then we're gonna go back in and do our sentiment. this one, I thought it would look good on this Real Red card base. You know, I really wanted to throw these out, and I know some people, Amy, that would have thrown them out. And I'm like, that's a lot of material that you threw out that you could have figured out how to make it into a card. Sorry, y'all, my dogs. Now, this one is kind of interesting because the red is, I can't remember what red I used. Hey, sorry about that, dogs. I can't remember what red I used, but I used the Misty Moonlight for the snowflakes, so that's why I thought that it would look good on a Misty Moonlight base. But I don't think it needs to have a white layer on it. I think it will be just fine like this. And if you wanted to, you could just go ahead and use some dimensionals on these, but I'm not going to. You know, this one just cracks me up. I'm like, I don't know what I was trying to do. So if you made bloopers like these or something else, would you try to figure out how to make them into cards, or would you go ahead and trash them? I really want to know. Excuse me a minute. Sorry about that. All right. Now, sometimes you do have to just trash them and start over, but I kind of missed out on the whole Christmas in July thing, and so this kind of really worked out well for me. I was like, okay, I can have some Christmas cards done. By the way, I forgot to tell you all in the beginning. Uh-oh. Yep. I just learned that Stampin' Up! Is going to have a sale in August on all of our kits. 30% off all of our kits. Now, I went ahead and I looked because I have kind of had a crazy busy July, so I kind of really did miss the Christmas in July. These are like the first Christmas cards I've made. So anyways, 30% off the kits in July, and I'm like, score! Because there's like 2 Christmas card kits and 2 Christmas tag kits. Now, with this one, it was sponged in the back with Misty Moonlight, and it does appear darker than the actual Misty Moonlight base. And I'm just not really sure what I want to do. I think probably I could cut this down a little bit and have there be a frame on this. Not sure that I want to do that. So we're just going to go ahead and we are going to layer it right on. I am so used to using my liquid glue that using a non-liquid glue adhesive, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm struggling. All right, that's not too bad. And I know that one's gonna go with that. And then here is the same thing. And I think on this one, well, no, wait a minute. Do I want to cut that one down? I wish y'all could talk to me and tell me. I think I do want to cut this one down just a little bit. If I can find my cutting tool, I'm going to go ahead and cut it down to 4 and 5 1/4. And that will just provide a little bit of border. That way our tag won't look so harsh when we put it on there. See, and these are coming together pretty quick, I think. All right, we're actually almost kind of done. Now, this one, yeah, that one was kind of crazy. I almost thought of cutting that up into smaller chunks, but then I was like, no. And again, I think I want to go ahead and cut this down a little bit too. Not much, just a little bit. And let's see, we're going to go to 4. This particular paper is really kind of, oh yeah, that looks good. It's kind of really kind of warped. I probably should have gone ahead and put it under some books, but I didn't. And this honestly is where liquid glue would really come in handy. And here we go. We are closing in. A lot of them use the same paper, but that is fine. I mean, I use the same colors. That would look kind of good, but we have made our decision. Do you ever make a decision about a card and then go, no, maybe I should do it that way? Sometimes, just like when you take a test, sometimes you just need to go with your first answer, your first way of doing it, because it's usually going to be the best. Okay, bring out the other red. Now this red, you might be able to notice a difference in these reds. This is real red and this is cherry cobbler. It's a deeper red. I don't know that I really have ever used cherry cobbler. I don't have a whole lot of paper of it, so I must not have used it. But I bet come Christmas time, I am probably going to go ahead and use cherry cobbler a whole lot for my Christmas cards. Hey there, Kathy. The red. Oh, yeah, it does kind of look like a watermelon. Man, I could really go for some ice cold watermelon right now. That sounds so good on this hot day. Oop. Getting a little ahead of myself. There you go. By the way, happy birthday, Kathy. I will not sing happy birthday to you because it would be severely off key. Severely. You would not want that. It would not make your birthday very happy. Now here is blueberry bushel. Yeah, pretty sure this is blueberry bushel. I don't know why I was struggling tonight figuring out which blue is that. And we've already cut it down, and we're just going to frame it a little bit. See, we are almost done. And our sentiments are going to be Merry Christmas. And we might do a snowflake on some, and then we might not. So, for not a whole lot of time or effort, we are taking these bloopers, and y'all, they were some serious bloopers, and making them into cards. This, by the way, in case I didn't tell you, is Misty Moonlight. It's a really pretty blue, really pretty. And yeah. Now, I will say that this would probably look good if it had been put up on dimensionals, but I think it's going to be just fine not on dimensionals. So, this is a little die cut, and it is from the Stylish Shapes die cuts. I don't remember which particular one it is, but this we are going to go ahead and do some dimensionals on because I think that would look good. So let's go ahead and do that. Oops, I got a little one too many there. Now I'm going to need my take a pick tool because I'm already struggling with the dimensionals. Now on this one, we're also going to go ahead and stamp Merry Christmas, and we're going to do that also in Misty Moonlight. Now, I told y'all, I missed the whole Christmas in July thing. So my Merry Christmas is actually coming from a paper pumpkin kit from last year. This was the November 2022 from the North Pole Christmas paper pumpkin. And that particular paper pumpkin had a variety of tags that you can make. But, you know, once you have the paper pumpkin, you always have the stamp. So is that express delivery not too cute? And I bet, I don't know, I haven't checked it yet, I bet that would fit this one. Okay, it looks like it would just fit it. So anyways, don't be afraid to use your paper pumpkin stamps that you've got. You've got them, so use them. So we're gonna go ahead and use this Merry Christmas. And it like just fits on there. And then we're gonna go ahead and put 2 more dimensionals on there. And take our pick tool because my fingernails are shot. And there's that one. And then here, this one we're going to stamp in the blueberry bushel. You know, some ice cool blueberries sound kind of good too. Probably need to, no, we're not going to clean our stamp, although we probably should because they're both blues and this one is darker. So I hope y'all can see me. I cannot tell if I'm in frame or not. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't really want to cover up a lot of those water splotches. So I need to really figure out where I am going to put this. How about up here? All right, let's move into the reds. So I am thinking, I do want to clean my stamp now. I'm thinking that we're just going to go ahead on this one and stamp in Cherry Cobbler the Merry Christmas right onto the card base. Right onto that green. Oops. I don't know what in the world happened there. You know, like I like to say to y'all, this is real life crafting with Michelle. Now, normally I would advise you to stamp before you put it all together, but we just did not do that. Now, this one I have already stamped. Not really sure where to put that. All right, we'll do it there. Sometimes the new stamp cases that you get, until you use them a little bit, they're a little hard to open and close. And I am not sure I've ever used Cherry Cobbler until right now, so. All right, I really like those water splotches, but we'll just put the Merry Christmas up here. Again, trying not to think too much about it. All right, now we need to clean our stamp again because we've used the red and we don't want it there. So on here, we're gonna go ahead, this card base is Night of Navy, and Night of Navy is a pretty dark color, but we're gonna go ahead and use Night of Navy for our Christmas, our Merry Christmas here. Now, this particular circle was punched out with our 2 3/4 punch. So that is a pretty easy punch to have around. And, sorry, I think I got my dog's hair on there. And, yeah, it's very good to have around. And I don't know if you know this, but on our online exclusive store, not in the catalog, but on our website, there is a spot where for online exclusives, and they're only online. There are 2 other circle punches that I can't remember size, 2-inch and like 1 3/4 or 1 3/8. So they're really good. Now on this one, I am going to strategically kind of try to cover up a good bit of this, which is the reason why I went with this particular size navy blue matte, because it's stretching the limit of what is acceptable in my book. So I figure if we just put it here, it'll be okay. All right, here this is Misty Moonlight, so we're going to go ahead back to that color and stamp it. probably going to use that for the next couple of cards. Stamp it right there. Add some dimensionals to it. See, we are rocking and rolling here. And I haven't counted, and I probably should. I'm like really excited to have this many Christmas cards. Now, again, on this one, this particular snowflake isn't terrible for the embossing, but it's not as crisp as the other ones, so I am kind of gonna cover up part of that. See, when it comes to this stuff, you can just really, you know, make it, you know, use your stuff to help cover up areas that you need to. I don't know, that might be a little too harsh against there. So let's go ahead and pop out a circle and see what that would be like. Oh, ooh. Well, okay, so let's just go with that. And still in Misty Moonlight. Alright, so if you have not liked my page, Michelle's Whimsy and Bling, over on Facebook, I would really appreciate you doing that. It would help so much in growing my business. And over on YouTube, if you could go ahead and like my channel, Michelle's Whimsy and Bling, that would be great. Not like it, but subscribe to it. And of course, if you found humor in this particular blooper video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Now, just like with the one of the other ones, I'm just going to go ahead and take our Night and Navy. And I'm going to, where do I want to stamp it? I think I want to stamp it up here at the top. All right, not terrible. We are almost done. Oh, this one is all done. And this one is all done. Wasn't that quick. Now, on here, you know what? Let's go ahead and do Night and Navy again. I was going to do our black, but I think this will be fine. And I think also, I'm going to do it up at the top. And last card, y'all, last card. Again, Night and Navy. And let's see if we can kind of camouflage those little dots right there. All right, now we get to do my favorite part, the bling, y'all, the bling. And I brought out our iridescent pearls, because, you know, pearls go with everything, I think. But I also don't think that these need to have a ton of them. You know, try to do 3. And let's see. I like a big one. And I struggle. I'm like, okay, I can get the first one. And what am I going to do about the next one? And sometimes I just end up doing them, 2 of them close together. Because sometimes your girl struggles with the bling, even though I really like bling. You know, back in my day, I was never a runner, but I always liked to do races, you know, 5K races and stuff like that, and I would walk them. Or I would attempt to turtle shuffle them, which was somewhere between a walk and a run. Okay, yeah, just imagine. And if there was a race that had bling, meaning it had a race medal, I was all there. I was like, that is the best thing. So I have a little, I lost my bling, y'all. I have a hanger in my bedroom, made specifically for my race medals. I don't have a lot of them, but you know, I do have some. And I think I put 2 big ones on there. That's kind of groovy. See, we are making progress. Now, I will not do this type of video all the time, but I really want you guys to see how you can take your oopsies and make them into, okay, I'm not ashamed to send this card out to, you know, my grandma or my best friend or, you know, my neighbor down the street. You know, it's a homemade card that you've spent time doing, and I don't know about you, but I'd rather have me some happy mail than to have a bill in my mailbox. I'm just saying, and I think a lot of people would feel that way. See, we are just rolling along. And I think we're going to go ahead and do 2 on here. And that thing is done. And let's see. I don't know where to put that one. Why do I keep... Am I losing... I am losing my bling. Y'all. I'm losing it. Just losing it. A couple more to go and then we will be done. So tell me, did you like this style of video? Or does it like really annoy you? Like, no, I would never do that. I need to just throw it out and start over. Don't throw it out. Use it somehow or another, or make, you know, or take your circle punches and make tags, you know, which I might do with one of those that I just am not sure what I'm going to do with it. All right, last one, y'all. Last one. Where should I do it? All right, let's do it over here. So, let's recap. Here are my bloopers that I now have made into cards. So let's count them. We've got 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Lucky number 13. Lucky number 13. So I have 13 holiday Christmas cards that are ready to go. All I have to do is cut up some basic white cardstock, put it in there, and we are good. Matter of fact, on the ones that have snowflakes, I might go ahead and stamp a snowflake down in the corner just to tie it all in together, and we are done. We used Season of Chic for our snowflake, and we used the Merry Christmas from a previous paper pumpkin. We used some dimensionals, we used a couple colors of ink, and our iridescent basic pearls, and that's what we've done. So thank you so much for watching me. I really appreciate it, because this is not the type of video I usually do. I hope I have been able to make you laugh. Go ahead and like my channel over on Facebook and share it. That would be really, really awesome to bring your friends and family over and provide, get together and chat and laugh. And over on YouTube, go ahead and share it and like my channel, subscribe to my channel, like my channel. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me, whimsyandbling@gmail.com. Until next time, y'all, be whimsy and add bling.